Formative is a web app that allows you to create interactive lessons and activities that you can share with your kids on any device. Your kids can access the lesson that you share on an iPad or a Chromebook or a desktop computer, anything that really has a connection to the internet. And all they have to do to access it is enter a simple little code that you'll supply them. So once you sign up for Formative, and it's free, you can create assignments, and the assignments are actually very cool. So I'm going to walk you through the steps to creating a new assignment and show you how to assign that to students and see and show you what you can see after your students participate. So here we are in the Formative screen. We are in the assignments area, and we're going to click on New Assignment. Once we click New Assignment, it starts to set up our screen for us. We're going to give our formative assignment a title. We're going to call this one Photosynthesis. All right. So once you add the title in, you get three very basic options: add a question, add content, or upload and transform. Adding questions lets you add multiple choice, show your work, short answer, and true and false questions. Add content lets you bring in images or a block of text, a canvas that only kids can only view and not edit, or a YouTube video can be pulled in as well. Upload and transform lets you bring any file in and just drop it right inside this space. So what this is going to look like on the student end, this is going to be a big scrollable canvas that kids can just scroll right through, and they'll jump from one block of content to the next, whether it be a question or a video or a file that you upload. So I like to think of this as a great way to kind of have your kids show what they know without any direct instruction. Maybe a great way to bring kind of a blended learning idea into your classroom. Maybe you're working in small groups. One of your small groups can be on the iPads showing what they already know. And in that vein, what I'm going to do first is actually add a YouTube video to my content here. I'm going to put in the direction to watch this video first. Watch this video first. And then I'm going to grab a YouTube URL and paste it right inside this window. And there we go. You paste it in. And Formative will do the work to try and figure out what it is that you are looking for. That's the video I want to add. I'm going to click Select, and that's going to drop that video right inside my window. I would suggest trying to play it first to make sure that it does work, and it does, because sometimes videos don't allow you to embed them on other sites. So you'll want to test that, just make sure it works. So my kids are going to watch this video first, and then after they watch that video, I'm going to ask them some questions to check their understanding. So maybe one of them I'll do a multiple choice question where I'll ask, let's see, what are plants making during the process of photosynthesis? And of course, I'll give them some answer choices. I'll give an answer choice first, food, the correct answer. Maybe we'll have another answer choice be I was going to say tacos, but that, of course, is a kind of food. So we'll say music. Maybe we'll add an option that is friends for life. Of course, spelled correctly using my trusty spell checker. Friends for life. They're making friends for life during photosynthesis. Or maybe even they're making a lot of noise during photosynthesis. You click on the check mark next to the correct answer, because that one will auto-grade for you, which is pretty cool. You can also set a point value for those questions as well on the bottom right-hand corner. So I can add another question. Maybe this one I want to be a short answer, where I simply say here, how about give a one-sentence explanation of photosynthesis. This is a terrible question. No one should ever ask a question like that. That would be one of the most difficult things any kid had ever done. But that's okay. For the purpose of illustration, we'll keep on going. You could also ask questions and add questions where the kids have to show their work. So let's ask a question like, can you draw a diagram of a plant? And that's just what we're going to do right now. So you could add an image here, like a template or a graphic organizer that kids could edit inside of Formative, and that's a really, really cool thing. But in this case, we're just going to leave the student canvas blank, so the kids have a space where they can actually draw with some digital ink. Great, so that's going to be my question. question set. I could put a true and false in there, but I won't. I think you'll get the idea. I could add more content, like an image or a text block if I could, but I think you'll get that idea too, experimenting. We're going to go ahead and assign this now. And when we assign it, it really gives us some nice little options. So the first one is that you can assign it to just classes within Formative, which you can create your own classes in Formative and just assign things to those classes. For my purposes, and probably for most of your use, you're going to click it on everyone. Formative gives us some great options on how to share our assignment with our kids. The first way is just to use a quick code that you can post on your whiteboard and have your kids go to a particular URL and enter it, very much like a Kahoot or a quiz is. The second option is to use a link that you can paste on your classroom website. The third is a really nice integration with Google Classroom. So this is going to post a link to this particular formative, this assignment, on your Google Classroom if you're using that with your kids. And of course, there's also an embed code as well, probably one that you won't use quite as much as the first three, but it's still there as an option, which is nice. So whichever way you decide to share, your kids are going to be able to access Formative on their iPad or their Chromebook or their PC and go through and answer your questions and follow along with the work that you're asking them to do. Now, what you'll see on the back end is a live results page. For each question, you can see the responses that students are providing, whether it be a multiple choice question, a short response question, or a question where they actually have to show their work and do some drawing with digital ink. Now, I don't have any live results here because my formative hasn't necessarily been completed by anyone, but I will show you one of my other assignments. So here we have my test student, Dude Dudingham, and Dude has done some ink work. So he's shown his work to answer a question that I asked in this particular assignment. The question was, can you use the space below to show 4 groups of 3? So you can see Dude has drawn 4 boxes and put 3 circles in each box. Now, the cool thing to realize about this is that these things will happen live. So as students are interacting with your formative, you're going to see the work that they're doing show up in this screen, in the live results screen. And you can also see the answers that they've given to any multiple choice questions, which are auto-graded for you. So in this case, we don't, Dude didn't do a very good job in that question, but he did do a great job here. So you can see that it does a quick class average for you of all the students who are participating on your formative. It'll give you feedback really quickly to see how many students are understanding the work that they're doing. So that's Formative. That's a quick assignment overview for Formative. A really cool way to kind of distribute interactive lessons to your students. It's a really great way to do small group work during math centers. Have a small group of kids trying something out on their own to see how much they can do.